How will today's children function in a dangerous world? What means will they use to carve the future? Will they be equipped to find the answers to tomorrow's problem?
Good evening, I'm George Hayes, in the ABC 1, 2, 3 studios in Huntsville, and we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you the latest breaking news in the education field. For more information, we take you to the field where our news correspondent Margaret Welchfall is standing by outside the Eastside School, where we are reporting on this breaking news.
That's right, George. I'm here in Athens, Alabama, inside Eastside School. We have just been informed of a number of support rallies that are forming across the city and the state for a new emerging technology that has invaded our classrooms. This revolutionary teaching methodology is spreading worldwide, and it is called global collaboration. It starts in the classroom, which allows students and teachers around the world to connect. They can learn, share, collaborate beyond the classroom walls, and they are doing so. Education specialists say this method is vital for today's students to have global competency, that it is comprised of the knowledge and skills individuals will need to collaborate with peers across cultures to be successful in today's interconnected world. This method should only be used if we want our students to be fully engaged and act on issues of global significance. Experienced and dedicated educators are recommending teachers who want to give global collaboration a try to start slowly.
Just kind of went on, and I said, what if there was a class somewhere else that we could talk to? What if there was a scientist that was, learning and studying the same things that my students are learning? How awesome would it be to connect my students to that and have them not just read about science, but actually be scientists and work alongside a scientist who could share their research.
What an endorsement for global collaboration. Let's go to Kate Lewis, who is live inside the state capitol, where a number of our state education officials, the governor, and key experts are briefing on global collaboration technology and discussing the future in the classroom.
Right, Margaret, I am here where there are a number of education officials. The governor and experts are meeting to discuss the global collaboration in the classroom. They are addressing the roles of how students and teachers play in this global collaboration teaching method. I have two teachers from Riverside School with me now.
I'm Mrs. Lee and this is Mrs. Mills. We use global collaboration technology in our classrooms. All the students are important to the project. They set their goals at the beginning of the project so each student knows what their tasks. There are teams that consist of 3 to 5 students in 2 or more classrooms. This can be down the hall, another state, or across the globe. Currently, our classroom uses Skype to connect to other teams. But there are many ways to connect classrooms. Once the class is connected, the students communicate, collaborate, discuss and explore different ideas and aspects to their assigned subject, and they agreed up on a rubric for assessment of the final project.
At the core of this teaching method, 2 products are expected from the students. First is to co-create a Wikispace page on a given subject, and to creatively create a multimedia artifact. This is the general process. The students are excited to learn using global collaboration.
Definitely a change from the days where teachers stood at the front of the classroom and transferred their knowledge to students in the form of step-by-step instructions and pre-made problems that were unrelated to real life. And the students' primary tasks were to memorize and follow directions. A teacher's role into the 21st century is to guide and support students in the emerging age of global collaboration. Teacher will ask a leading question which subtly prompts the student to answer, and then teachers encourage open-ended discussions, like seeking, explaining, relating, predicting, and describing. In addition, teachers design projects and problem-based tasks. They use authentic methods to engage the student. They match tasks with students' interests and zones. They scaffold learning through peer interaction and encourage group reflection.
The idea that students can be inspired and they can dream of ideas and can be provided with the space and materials to actually explore, design, create, and turn their ideas into reality is amazing. And there is no wonder that there are so many educators that are embracing it. are going to join Robin Kaler, who is outside Founders Hall on Athens State University campus, where a large number of educators have gathered in support of global collaboration technology.
That's right, Margaret. I am here where educators are starting to gather. I have talked with a number of these teachers on the obstacles and disadvantages of flattening the classroom walls, which means that the walls, figuratively, come down. By using technology to virtually eliminate the physical walls of the room and connect students and teachers to a world beyond what they can see or imagine. This is while broadening their worldview through meaningful collaborative experiences. One of the most significant obstacles to global collaboration would be cost. A global project requires students to use digital tools to collaborate, new technology access and bandwidth, and our schools struggle with a shrinking budget. It becomes difficult. However, there are many low-cost and free resources available for collaborating.
Decisions we make through the lens of why is this good for students and why is this important for their learning. And to be relevant with students, you have to have technology.
I have heard from a couple of educators about a couple of hot topics linked to global collaboration, and the 21st century skills and the 16 habits of mind. They informed me that leveraging technology and social media and implementing global collaborative practices launches learning forward in all disciplines and better prepares the students for the society of tomorrow. Robin, what are the teachers talking and saying about global collaboration in the classroom?
Just by participating in this emerging technology, students are strengthening and using the habits of mind skills as they work with others. One of the greatest challenges of cooperative learning is its reliance on a positive group dynamic to function at its highest efficiency. As we work with others, there is always the potential for disagreements. Students are using the 16 habits of mind to encounter problems, aid them to effectively work through potential problems. The 21st century skills includes collaboration, community learning, and content co-creation that meets standards, increases engagement, develops understanding, and fosters digital citizenship and other skills that students need to be successful in our new world.
Foster connections, relationships, interactions with those outside of their own natural comfort zone. They'll be better global citizens.
Research has indicated that collaborative education experiences that are active, social, contextual, engaging, and student-owned lead to deeper learning. It also promotes the development of higher-level thinking, oral communications, self-management, and leadership skills.
School has never been about what goes on within four walls. It's always, how can we knock the walls of the school down? There's nothing that compares to being able to actually meet students and teachers and experts from someplace else in the world.
My students became lifelong learners because they understood the power of using learning to affect real change in the world.
To travel to the other side of the world without ever leaving your classroom.
We can Skype with California today, we can Skype with Brazil tomorrow, and Skype in the classroom allows us to do that.
We are a global community whose successes and failures hinge on each other. Economically, culturally, and educationally, we are connected. The future of our students depends on the state of a global community in regards to employment, community, and culture. It sounds as if we will be hearing a lot more on this subject. From Athens, Alabama, I am Margaret Welchball, reporting on the breaking news of global collaboration that is invading our classrooms.
Thank you, Margaret. Stay tuned, we will continue to bring you the latest on this breaking story, or visit us on our website for the latest. I am George Hayes, and for everyone here at ABC 123 Studios, good evening. Now we return you back to your regularly scheduled programming.